I created G-plans out of nutrition frustration. One day during nutrition studies at Duke University, we came across a revelation. We discovered that everyone has a completely unique metabolic structure and type. Eating a generic diet program will not get you the results you want, and you will continue on a path of yo-yo dieting forever. Ultimately, sustainable food programs are built within your own specific metabolic template.
I eat what Dr. G tells me to eat for my metabolic type. I don't call this program a diet because I eat more than on other programs.
Hello there and welcome to our presentation today. I'm so glad you've joined me. We have a really important topic to discuss today, with it being the new year. Happy New Year. We're going to discuss building routines that you can stick with. A little audio issue here. All right. So yes, sorry about that. I think we're all figured out here. Sorry about that audio issue, but we're going to discuss how to build a great routine today that you can stick with. So when you're setting these goals, setting New Year's resolutions. All right. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to try something here. Okay. So again, sorry, we're getting everything figured out here. Today's presentation, we're going to discuss how to healthy habits and build a routine that you'll be able to stick with over the long run. So glad you joined me. Good to see you, Janine. Good to see you, Ahmed. So glad you're here today. Please feel free throughout this presentation to add any questions, comments you may have in the chat box. Additionally, I'm also going to share my email. So if you have any further questions, anything you'd like to reach out to me personally, please don't hesitate to do that. I'd love to get right back to you. So in this presentation today, at the end, I'm also going to have a special promotion to discuss. So with it being the new year, we have a great special promo I want to check out as well. So we're going to get going here. All right, so building a routine you can stick with. Okay, so you'll see. I'm going to pause this presentation for just a moment. Again, please forgive me for these audio issues we're having. I'm going to go to a blank screen for just a moment, if you'll be patient with me, and I'll be right back with you in just a second after I get it away. Okay, I'm back. So we're hoping that got everything fixed there. Again, please forgive me. We are live here, so sometimes we have some issues. So thank you for being patient. Audio seems like it's good to go. So I'm so glad you're still with me, and we'll get right back to our presentation here. All right. Okay. All right, so you'll see here today, this is our table of contents, what we're going to cover. Number one, we're going to cover ensuring that your goal is a realistic goal. Secondly, we're going to discuss a habit loop. What is a habit loop exactly? We're going to discuss after that how to break a habit loop. So understanding habit loops will help you to both form good habits that you're focusing on and to break habits that maybe aren't so great. We're then going to discuss additional tips on helping to build new habits. We're going to cover what is your why, which is so important with setting any goal. And then we'll cover our tip of the week. And lastly, a special promotion that we do have for New Year's. All right. So as I mentioned, you'll see my email here on the screen. I'm also going to have that added in the chat box for you as well. So please feel free, send me an email, reach out anytime if there's anything I can help you with. And again, feel free. I'll also take some questions after our presentation, so you can add those in the chat box as well. Okay, so first off, ensure your goal is realistic. So with this time of year, we're setting New Year's resolutions. A lot of the times we can be tempted to maybe set a more challenging goal in order to really push ourselves. However, this can often backfire on us because it can kind of set us up for failure if it's not a realistic goal. Ensure that the goal that you set is realistic for you. When you set smaller, more attainable goals, this will help to keep you motivated and progressing forward. So setting a smaller goal, nothing wrong with that. Set one that's going to be realistic, and then you can build on that from there. So where do you start when you're trying to set a realistic goal? First off, write down your goals. If you can even write them down with pen and paper, that's a great way to do it. Take note of what steps you may need to accomplish to reach that goal. So if your goal is to work out 3 times a week, you might need to, say, rearrange your schedule a bit in order to fit that in your day. So sit down, write down what specific steps you may need to take in order to accomplish that goal. Next, make sure your goal is SMART. That is specific, measurable, realistic, and timely. So when your goal is SMART, this ensures that you're able to, first, the goal is realistic for you, and it's very trackable. So you know when you've reached that goal as well. So ensure you use that. Determine as well what you may need in order to begin working towards your goal. So again, I'll go back to that example. If your goal is to work out 3 days a week, you may need, of course, some exercise equipment, or you might even need to talk with someone, say in your home, let them know that you need the living room to do a workout video certain times of the day. So really sit down and make sure you're setting yourself up for success, that knowing that you have all that you need for your goal. Consider a way as well to hold yourself accountable to this goal. We're going to talk a little more about this later. This could look like walking with a friend, having a family member check in with you on your progress, or working with a health coach as well. We have a great team of nutritionists and health coaches here at G-Plans, like myself. We would love to work with you and give you some extra support that way too. All right, so we're going to discuss habit loops. So you'll see an image on the right side of the screen here. That is a habit loop. So you'll see the cue, the routine, and the reward. A habit loop is a way for us to think through how habits can be formed and broken. The habit loop itself is broken down into the 3 pieces. First off, the cue is what initiates that habit. It's the trigger that begins that whole routine. A cue could be a location, a certain time, an emotional state, people around you, and even more than that. An example is when you walk by your break room, the smell of coffee prompts you to pour yourself a cup. After a while, you might not even really think through that process, and you just kind of go for the coffee. Secondly, the routine. Routine refers to the actual habit itself or repeated behavior. After you consciously make a choice to pursue an action the first few times, this action can eventually become more automatic. A good example of that for sure that I know a lot of us are guilty of today is when you're bored, you may find yourself scrolling social media. So at the beginning, you might have decided, I'm going to pick up my phone, I'm going to look at social media. After a while, you may find yourself doing that without even consciously thinking through that. And lastly, the reward. Rewards are what the behavior does for you. They reinforce routine and keep habits firmly in place. Some rewards benefit you, like when you brush your teeth, you're rewarded with a clean, fresh-feeling mouth. Less beneficial rewards can also reinforce behaviors that you might not want to keep, like snacking late in the evening. So, really breaking down this habit loop, paying attention to what cues you may have, can really help break things down for you to help you disrupt a habit that you don't want to continue or to build habits that you do want to continue as well. With that being said, how do you break a habit loop? First, identify the routine and try different rewards. The routine refers to the actual habit that you want to break. Exploring what the routine does for you can help you to find other rewards that might provide similar fulfillment. For example, you might find that you reach for a snack when you're feeling bored. So trying some new rewards like going for a walk, making a cup of tea, or listening to your favorite music is a really good way to disrupt that habit loop and find a new reward. Next is explore your triggers for that habit and find a way around cues. So each time you find yourself repeating your routine, note which triggers may be present by writing them down. This can help you to recognize any patterns that you may see. Lastly, find a way around cues to disrupt the habit loop itself from initiating. This could look like ensuring snack foods are put away in a cabinet so they're not visible on the counter. So that's a good example. You may have that cue where something's visible to you and you kind of grab it before thinking about it. So disrupt that cue and then really determine what triggers that you have so that you can set a good plan in place to stay on track around any potential triggers as well. Here's a few more tips on building new healthy habits. First is focus on your identity. So we may get really focused on the goal itself, but one of the most effective ways is to change our habits. But with changing our habits, isn't to solely focus on the goal we want to achieve. In contrast, it's to focus on who you wish to become. Your current behaviors are a reflection of your current identity. So rather than thinking specifically about that goal, think about the person that you want to become when you achieve that goal. Next, try habit stacking. So habit stacking simply involves adding your new habit to an existing habit that you already do every day. A good example of this is, say, after you make your morning coffee, maybe a very consistent routine for you, spend 5 minutes meditating, if that is your goal, of course. This helps you to build your new goal into your routine. So after you go ahead and accomplish that habit that you already have set into your routine, just tack on that new goal right afterwards to help yourself kind of flow into that. Next is make your environment work for you. Let your environment foster the actions that you'd like to take. This could look like prepping your food on the weekends so that you know you have chopped veggies ready to go in the fridge, or even maybe having your groceries delivered so you know that you have everything that you need. Also, set reminders by using sticky notes, phone alarms, or other visual cues. So visual reminders, or even, again, setting phone alarms as well, are some great tools to help give yourself a reminder of your goals. And again, focus on your environment. So going back as well, if you do find that maybe you snack when you get bored, you want to go ahead and remove certain things from the house or have them put away so they're out of sight, out of mind as well. So making sure your environment is set up to support your goals is so, so important. So lastly here, and so important, what is your why? When working to break a habit loop or to build a new habit, it's always so important to understand your why. More than what you want to accomplish, specifically, why do you want to establish this new habit? Simply do this by visualizing or journaling and reflect on how unhealthy behaviors might make you feel not so great and how healthier habits make you feel good. Continue to journal when you experience anything positive associated with your new habit. For example, I feel more energetic after my lunch today. This process will help you to remember your why and reinforce the benefits of the new habit that you're working to build. So very often we can get really focused, for example, when it comes to weight loss, on achieving a certain number, losing a certain amount of weight, but we can also lose track of really why we wanted to do that in the first place. And we can lose track of more non-scale victories. So other positives that we notice, like an increase in energy, lowered blood pressure, things like this. So journaling and tracking your progress on your goal can really help you to take note of those things and really help to continue to motivate you moving forward. All right. And so my tip of the week this week is focused on, again, on habits. And it is accountability is key. So I know a lot of the times we set a goal, we're in it on our own, and we feel like we're totally fine to do that. However, tough times always come. And when they do come, you could fall off track unless you have forms of accountability to keep you going. So a couple ways you can do that. First off, hold yourself accountable to your goals. You can do that by writing down your goals and setting regular times to check in with your progress. Maybe every week or so, go ahead and go back to that page where you wrote down your goal. Check in, write down how things are going. Adjust your environment to be more conducive to your goal and give yourself reminders. This could look like using sticky notes or other visuals. Pictures, things like this, put them in a place where you will see them and you can continuously be reminded of your goal. And next is definitely find an accountability partner. Studies do show that individuals who regularly checked in on their progress with someone else increased their chances of achieving their goals by as much as 76%, which is crazy. Seeking an accountability partner like a friend, a family member, or a health coach, nutritionist will help you to stay on track when those tough times do come around. So make sure you have built accountability into your goal as well to make sure if you're having a tough day, a little tough time, you have those things to remind you why you started and to keep you going. All right. And so last thing of the day today, for New Year's, we are doing a special promotion, $4.99, 15-minute nutritional consultation. So if you're new to G Plans, if you're watching this video, or if you've already been following G Plans, this is a great time to talk with a nutritionist one-on-one. We'd love to help you answer any questions you have, and we'd love to work with you. So sometimes when you get started, it can be kind of overwhelming getting going on your own. Again, we would love to be your accountability partner and be there by your side to help support you and really make sure your plan is working the best for you as well. So this does bring me to the end of our presentation today. So again, you can always feel free to send me an email, but if you have any other questions, please feel free to add those to the chat box at this time. All right. All right. Well, glad to see, looks like Lisa, Anne, Marjorie, seeing all of y'all checking in today. Glad you were here. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, sorry for some issues as we got started today. Marjorie says she's trying to find the right foods to eat for 2023. Marjorie, if you're not a current member of G Plans, I would definitely suggest reaching out for more information on our plans or taking advantage of that $4.99 call. Again, we're able to build a meal plan for you using the best foods for you in the right portions. So we love to work one-on-one for you and set that up for sure. So please do that and feel free to email me as well directly if you'd like for that also. Jane, good to see you. Hello, nice to meet you. Marcella. Jane says, how do I pay the $4.99? So you will look, Jane, for an email right after this call. You'll be sent an email that will have that promotion there available for you. So feel free to click on that, and then that will help you to go ahead and set that up. And we'd love to schedule that consultation for you. Yeah, so glad you've joined me today. I hope this was a very helpful topic as we're all focusing on setting goals and resolutions at this time. Make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And again, if you need a little extra help, I would love to help you out. Our team of nutritionists would love to help you. And next week, we have another great topic to discuss. We're going to discuss nutrition and hormones. So going to discuss how specifically nutrition can affect your hormonal balance, and in turn focus on some things you can add in and make sure that you are supporting your hormones as well. All right, see a few questions that just came over. Tiffany said, what do you think about intermittent fasting with your food plan? It's a really good question. I've actually done another nutrition masterclass on intermittent fasting. So I would definitely encourage you. You can go on our YouTube page to click on live at the top of the screen, scroll down, and you will see another video on intermittent fasting. That'll go a little more into detail, but I definitely say with our plans, we're really focused on helping you to support your metabolism by making sure you're eating consistently. So intermittent fasting can kind of backfire in a lot of situations, and it can kind of cause actually issues with hormonal balance and affect your weight loss long term to where your metabolism can slow down. So we're very focused on making sure you're eating balanced and eating consistently. All right, I see a question. Can you help to make a list for the grocery store? That's an awesome question too. So if you do join G Plans, with your meal plan, we have a grocery list made for you. So when you access your plan, you can click on your grocery list and all those ingredients, everything you need will become available for you. So I definitely encourage to get started that way. It makes things super simple. Georgette says, are all the meals presented in the app correct for your metabolic type? If I swap one meal for another in the list, does that keep me going correctly? That's a really good question, Georgette. Absolutely. So when you're following your plan, the app, of course, understands your metabolic type. And when you swap any recipes, it's going to ensure that the portion sizes of that next recipe are similar. So your macros are still within the same range. Any recipes that come on your plan, again, those are going to work perfectly for your metabolic type. And you may, of course, see this as your macros are adjusted as you move along. You may see this kind of change a little bit as your macros will adjust. But yes, feel free to make any swaps. All of those will work perfectly into your plan. All right, Marcella, I see she said, thank you. I need some help. Please feel free, Marcella, you can scroll up in this chat box as well. You'll see my email. Please feel free to send me an email and I can get right back to you. And then I see Cindy there said, is keto good? It was successful for her. Again, I do have actually another nutrition masterclass covering keto as well. So there's definitely some things about it where you could see some good results, but we would want to make sure, for sure, long-term as well, that you're eating balanced. It's a very restrictive plan that can cause a lot of issues as well. Again, like I mentioned, when you're following something so restrictive, it can lead to hormonal issues. It can cause you to have a slower metabolism. And when you're following a plan that is so restrictive, it can be tough in the long term to stick to that. So check out that video too. So go ahead and scroll down. You'll see another nutrition masterclass on keto. All right. And then, okay, Janine, yeah. Please feel free to reach out to me. We can definitely get that meal plan set up for you. Yeah, Carrie, I see Carrie had questions about keto also. Again, I would definitely suggest I go much more into detail about keto in one of my previous videos. So all you got to do, just scroll down a little bit on that live page and you'll see that topic on intermittent fasting and keto as well. Okay. All right. Okay. Hi, Jan. Good to see you too. All right. Lots of questions today. That's awesome. So glad you've joined me. And again, feel free. If you do have any further questions or anything else, or you like to work with me as a nutritionist, I would also love to be your accountability partner. Feel free to send me an email. And again, you might want to check out some more previous nutrition masterclasses that I've made. We'll have a new topic again. We have a new topic every single Wednesday. And next week, we're going to discuss nutrition and your hormones. So I hope you'll join me then. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a great start to your new year.